what's going on? It's your boy Marcus, aka Mr. 90 Fit, your most robust trainer, coming at y'all live again with another FITCAST with my boy Marius, man.
What's going on, y'all? It's the lifted athlete, aka the kettlebell dude, aka the Fit advocate.
Yeah.
You know what's up.
So today, we're gonna give y'all a little sneak peek of how we work out. So just like all the FITCASTs, we're gonna show y'all what we're doing, and then in between sets, we'll be talking, chopping it up, chilling, it's a vibe. So stay tuned. We got a good workout coming for y'all. Let's get it.
So we're gonna run through a quick little warm up. We're gonna go 2 minutes on the bike. Then after that, we're gonna hop off, do a little bit of some bodyweight dynamic movements. And then we'll get into, once we're prepped and ready, we'll get into a little CNS ramp up. We'll explain more about what that is. And then we'll get into like the main lift or the main working block.
What's like the objective? What are we going to kind of pay attention to on our body?
So today's focus is going to be, I think, a little bit more like stamina based. We're going to kind of focus on some strength and conditioning. But basically what I think we'll do is, especially since my boy's recovering from a tough leg day.
Man, that's why I got to keep moving.
We'll have him get into this one today. It's probably going to, you're going to still have to use the legs a little bit, because anytime we're using kettlebells or, any type of workout with me, it's usually a little bit full body. But if anything, if for anybody is super sore, these are great. Like, the best thing you can do usually is move a little bit.
Yeah.
As you know, right? Get a little blood flow. Doesn't mean you need to go tax the body and go crazy, but so that's what we'll do today. We'll focus on a little strength and conditioning, probably get a good sweat, probably keep it outside for the most part.
Cool.
If you're good with that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, fam.
Shirt might come off, so.
Yeah, we might finish off with like a little it might be time, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been putting in that work for that summer shreddy, so we ready.
Yes, bars.
Hold up.
Ready, stay ready, you know what I'm saying?
I got a couple bars in there.
We gonna get it going, man, so let's get it, man. Let's go.
Let's get into it. So we're gonna walk on out. Strong core.
There we go.
Yeah. My boy went in. All right, so down. Hands up. Big push, tight core. Walk. Let's roll back up. Stand up tall. Right back. So CNS ramp up is central nervous system. It's really, and the ramp up means like we've already warmed up the body a little bit. We've kind of got some blood flowing. This is actually going to give you like a little bit more of maybe some like preparation before you go in to the main workout. Again, it's kind of like a little extra coating over the shield that you already have, right? That we just put on. But it's also, the point is to be explosive with the CNS ramp up. Usually very short reps, like 3 to 5 reps. Usually like 2 or 3 rounds and 2 or 3 exercises. First things first, fam, what we'll do is the kettlebell swing. I know your legs are a little torched, but
I'll work through it.
I was gonna say,
I'm just gonna thug it out.
I was gonna say, but the main thing is when you're doing the swings, you don't need to focus so much on the lower. It is lower, but focus on those hips doing the movement, right? So what we're doing when we do the kettlebell swing is, I want people and yourself too. You can kind of walk into it with me, but we'll walk up to it. First thing I have people do is stand nice and tall. From here, we're pushing the hips back. I'm dropping down, I'm grabbing the bell. I'm not just wrapping my fingers around it and just kind of letting it dangle. I'm actually squeezing and engaging my lats, my shoulders, my forearm. Everything's tight from here, right? Then I take a small step. Then from here, you see how I just like tilt the bell, right? That little tip is helpful because it gives you a little extra momentum when you swing versus it just kind of standing right here. You don't want to hike it low here. You'll see a lot of people come here, and then that's going to bring their swing, when they do it, really low, right? When I do these kettlebell classes, or when I try to teach the kettlebell swing, I try to tell people to keep that bell very close to the crotch when you hike it up and when you're swinging. So instead of hiking it straight down low, I'm hiking it up towards my butt, and then I'm launching it, and see how the bell now is close, kind of tucked in between, almost touching my butt, but I'm gonna go back and forth like that, versus if the bell was here, right? So
I see a lot of people do that one.
yeah,
I think a lot of times we've been with media and everything, they show the kettlebell swing with that form so much
yeah, I know.
that people think that this is the right way to do the
Yeah.
kettlebell swing.
I was just any old person too, man. Like I didn't know much about kettlebells, and I would see videos of people doing them, and I didn't understand the hinging part, right? The point of that though is, for one, keep the bell close. Also, when you're doing the swing, I see some homies, because I used to do this too, where my hands would kind of be right here,
Yeah.
and that's still my hips moving, but I almost want you to act like you're trying to launch that bell out in front of you to that wall,
Yeah.
not up here. I want it to be, if I were to let go, the bell would go in front
Yeah.
versus like launching it up.
Okay.
We'll drop down just a little bit, tilt it. Now hike that bell close to the crotch and aggressively launch it forward. There you go. 3, 4, 5. Good. Let's drop it down. Right back in that low position. Good. Shake it out. Hell yeah. This is going to be a drop catch push-up. The point of this is to be explosive and quick, to work on those fast twitch muscle fibers. The ability to be explosive at the drop of a hat. You're really loose, you relax, and then explode. Like that's how any type of athlete, that's what they want, to be fast twitch, firing all the time pretty much, right?
Yep,
So you're gonna go ahead and release, catch, catch, catch. It's gonna be 3 of those, three push-ups. So 3 drop catch push-ups. Usually I'll do 3 drop catch. So I'll go catch, 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 and then I'll go 3 speed. 1, 2, 3.
In or do we go out?
Good question, brother. So I always tell people, let's keep those elbows in a little bit more. Let's drop, up, drop, up, drop, up. Now speed. 1, 2, 3. Kettlebell complex. We're gonna go ahead and keep it a little bit more upper focused. 3 exercises back to back. We're gonna rows, 3 reps, cleans, 3 reps, and then press, 3 reps. Do that for 2 minutes. Okay?
And after the 2 minutes, that's one.
So after those 2 minutes, that'll be 1 round.
Okay.
Then we'll rest maybe for like 15 to 30 seconds. Then we'll go another 2 minutes. 15 to 30 seconds. Then we'll go another 2 minutes. Maybe we'll just do like 3 rounds of this one. And then we'll finish it off with like 1 last round of like a little bit more conditioning and like core. All right?
I love finishing off with core.
Absolutely. Always got to keep the little accessory work for the end, right? Really, this is kind of what I would call the main block, which today we'll do rows, cleans, and then presses. And again, we're going for 2 minutes long. So we're not really trying to knock them out super fast, but more so very efficient. Like every row counts.
Going at a pace that you can sustain for the 2 minutes.
Yes, brother, for sure. Feet kind of not too wide. I like to have my feet a little bit past shoulder width apart. Twist, right? Elbows up to hips. 2, 3. And then with your clean, you're gonna give me a swing clean. So you're gonna take a step back. You're gonna come right here, and then you're gonna come into this position. 1, 2, 3, and then press. You can go push press. 1, 2, 3. Drop them down. Collect yourself if you need, right? Which you probably will. I probably will need to collect myself. Then go right back. Oh shit. Rest. Hey, you do great though. So, next little flow that we'll do, flat upper, as well as some biceps, just for fun. So we're gonna go ahead and grip this bell upside down, but you're grabbing it by the horns. The bell is facing upside down. Elbows are tucked in. Pelvis is kind of tucked forward. I'm gonna wrap it around. 1, wrap it around again, 2. And then from here, I want you guys to give me a curl. Try to maintain that bell being nice and straight. You gotta have strong wrists when you're doing it. Wrap, wrap, curl, wrap, wrap. And when I'm doing those halos, I'm squeezing my lats. A lot of core movement, a lot of lat movement. You can see the biceps are engaged as well. Curl. I would say go, like 2-3 reps at a time. 1 rep will be one time around, 1 curl. Be 2-3 reps, drop it down. Fuck. Oh yeah, bro. So just rest up. This last little working block, we're gonna set another 2 minutes. We're gonna march with the kettlebell front rack. So with that, the front rack position, first of all, it's gonna take a strong clean. So we're gonna clean it into that position, right? From here, you can do a couple things. You can go ahead and close those hands in together. You can let one bell rest on top of the other, like this. You can hold them out right here a little bit more if you want, but we're gonna march. You're gonna go ahead and drive one foot into the ground while you bring the other knee up. I'm really squeezing my core as I come up, right? Maintaining a strong, tall posture. You're gonna do this for 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Good shit, brother. Keep it going. How's that feel?
The only thing that was like challenging was keeping that kettlebell in a position that was comfortable.
Sure.
To slide down and get right here. I'm like,
Yeah, exactly. Once you kind of get the strength for it in the grip, you can kind of like power through the really uncomfortable feeling. But it does take a little time, man, and it's also about holding it in that nice slant position. It feels a little weird still sometimes. I mean, for me, it's definitely not weird anymore, but I remember doing like, I was just always like,
so like over time, you kind of got used to that feeling.
Yeah, kind of like, you know, kickboxers or somebody that's kicking the pole with their shin.
What? Hey! 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 Punchy.
Not around here, partner. Not around here.
You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Yeah. We ain't doing that.
This set was a lot harder.
It's tough, bro. Holding anything up and trying to march, you know, just carrying some heavy shit is not easy. So, anybody that needs help moving, hit up Marcus. Cause he got it down right now.
I move, so.
Don't hit me up though. All right, let's go one more, fam. Let's go, my brother. Good shit. Way to work. But yeah, you know, anytime that you're training in that like 8 to 12 rep range or even higher, you're obviously going to be, you know, the goal is going to be trying to be build you're working for hypertrophy. So you're looking to tear that muscle to potentially rebuild it with sleep, protein, all the right food, and so we can kind of build back bigger and stronger, right?
Yeah.
But if you're looking to build like power and strength, you can do that with like, you can definitely build some strength with like that 8 to 12 rep range. But you know, I don't know if you ever heard of Pavel Tistolini. I have to probably messing up his last name, but he's the dude who introduced the kettlebell to America.
Oh, okay.
And he's like a Russian, like Soviet dude, but he has a very smart like mindset of training. You know, he's very familiar with barbells and all that other stuff, like strength training in general. He's really introduced the kettlebell to like the American, like the Army and like the Navy and all that type of stuff, right? Like years back.
Yeah.
And now what he does is he has a brand that's called Strong First, and it's all about like trying to build, like help people become like stronger, obviously, and not just like focus on the tearing of the muscle every time and like that crazy burn. Yeah. Although that is part of it, depending on what your goal is, right? But what I'm saying is like, for me, one thing that I've taken in from Pavel is trying to train smarter, not necessarily always harder, but still training hard. And what that means is like, there's certain rep ranges, right, that I like to play around with right now. Yeah. Right now I've been doing a lot of like 5 sets of 5. Like if I go do bench, 5 sets of 5, you still get 25 reps in with a nice heavy weight. Yeah, something I could
lift the weight a little bit. Like, or raise the weight limit. Yeah,
you still want a heavy weight that's going to send that stimulus to like those muscles and definitely making sure that, you know, it's a challenge, right? So like when you do 5 by 5, not only will you get, I think like what Pavel has said and other people as well, you still get that stimulus of some hypertrophy work. May not be the same as if you were tearing the muscle, but you're also going to help build strength. But that's just kind of like some of the stuff I like to play around with nowadays versus like still tearing the muscle up to where I'm so sore. Because I know that feeling, bro, where you can't walk for a few days later, and you know that feeling can't go on forever. Like I can't train like that into my 60s or 70s, right? Like I'm to train like longer, to train smarter is for me to hopefully train longer. And it's just all about your goals, you know what I mean? I think for me though, my goals have shifted. And like another thing I really like to do on days where I feel like I can't make it to the gym for whatever reason, or I don't catch, I by all means usually will always make time to work out. But that doesn't mean I'm always taking an hour out of my day to go work out. I've incorporated this thing called greasing the groove recently. And what that means is like I might pick like an exercise, like if you have kettlebells or even just your body weight, and for that day I might just hit like 10 sets throughout the day. Like I might hit 10 sets of 25 push-ups randomly throughout the day. Like 25 here, go about my day, go grab some breakfast, go to work, train some people, come back, hit another 25.
I have to exercise now. Hip swivel. Hip swivel. Squat thrust. Squat thrust. V-steps. V-steps. Windmills. Windmills.
Stacking up the volume, but you're also giving your body the opportunity, and you're sending that stimulus to the body, like let's work, let's grow, let's build something, let's become stronger. But you're also like not putting it through something to where you may feel like you can't walk the next day or fucking can't reach up to grab something, you know what I mean? Like, it just is about your goals. Like my goals have shifted now to where I just want to, like, size and stuff is gonna, I think it kind of comes as I get older. I'm getting like a little bit bigger as I get older. I can see it, like it's just gradually happening.
That grown man way.
Yeah. And it's up to me to where I put it, you know what I mean? So I just want to continue to maintain like strength and size and you know, and power, and everything else I think will come along. But for anybody at home, like just remember there's so many different ways to train, and it doesn't mean you always need to like kill yourself in the gym, although I still think that's necessary and a part of the fitness journey. I think that you know, you need to go through that, especially and through certain phases. But I think it's important to keep that open mind as always and just kind of stay committed to the fitness journey. And that doesn't mean, you know, fucking not being able to walk forever. But I'm not even talking about you right now, fam, because I like that feeling though. Don't get it twisted. Like, remember,
it's like a bittersweet. It's like it sucks when you're going through it, but you know that's like confirmation. Like that's your rugged trophy of I actually went to the gym and put in work. But you definitely don't want to have that every single time because you want to give your your muscles time to grow, your muscles time to, you know, absorb the nutrients and the proteins that it needs to develop more muscle tissue.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know, it's a
Big
lovely
facts.
thing, you know?
Yeah. And it's, again, it's about your goals and what you want to do in the gym. And I think everybody's so different, right, when it comes down to it. But you really just want to kind of continue to train in a way that feels good for you to make, and it makes sense. You know what I mean? And like, again, like that's what's most important, because we can all find that end result of looking like an athlete and feeling in great shape and, you know, getting there like so many different ways.
Yeah.
But it's all about your goals, fam. And I think that I mean, shit, bro. Again, I still love to like get a good little pump. Like, dude, yesterday I hit 5 sets of 5 on the bench with some 75 dumbbells.
Yeah.
And it just felt really good. Versus like you on that like 5th rep, I was like struggling to get it up, but like I knew if I maybe like went 2 or 3 more, you know, I definitely would have felt like that little extra tear, probably like a little extra sore today. But today I feel like I sent a signal to the muscles, but I still don't feel like I can't, like, again, like reach out my arm or anything. You know what I mean? I'm still feeling mobile and functional with it. Yeah, bro, that's all about, you know, your goals and what you're doing from homies. And again, like just through like hearing a lot of bodybuilders and stuff train, like that is the goal, is to tear the muscle so it can rebuild bigger. For me now, like it's shifted. You know what I mean? Like I don't need that confirmation as much anymore. Bro, everybody's journey is so different. And if you guys are out there trying to like just get started in your fitness journey, we've talked a little bit about like starting with whatever you got. But honestly though, like you guys need to be investing into your health. You know, me, I'm sure Marcus himself, like, you know, I've bought so many other trainers programs and ebooks and spent time and money in investing into learning how to exercise better, learning how to train not only myself but other people, learning from other trainers on what they're doing and how they're training. So for those of you who are starting in the beginning, be willing to invest money, time, and stuff like that into your fitness journey. And that doesn't necessarily mean like that you need all the equipment, but if you are looking to become more familiar with exercises and different ways to use a gym, that's when you need to bring on a trainer. You know, that's when you need to holler at Marcus or me and, you know, reach out and actually be willing to invest into your health. Like so many people are going to go out on a Saturday. I know, because I've lived this life, going out on a Saturday or Friday, spending 200 here, 400 here. That is literally what you could have paid a trainer in a month to keep you healthy and in shape. And you know, you could be investing that money into something else. And I'm not saying this is for each and every person, like to each their own. But if you're somebody that can relate to what I just said, if you're going out on the weekends and spending $200, $400, and then you're talking with personal trainers throughout the week about their pricing and what they're up to, and they throw that number out at you, but you say it's too high, maybe take a second and rethink about like how you're spending your money and if you're really investing it into yourself and into your health. Because I can't tell you how many people I talk to sometimes that like are willing to train, and then we talk numbers and stuff, and they kind of tell me that, you know, that pricing, they might get back to me on the pricing, but then I see them out that weekend partying, doing all this other stuff. At the end of the day, like, do what you need to do with your money and enjoy your life, but don't give me the excuse that you don't have the money to invest into your health or into a personal trainer if you're out there spending that money on just random shit that is going to diminish your health, like alcohol and just constantly partying.
You hit everything on the nail, man. Appreciate the workout. That workout was, man, if y'all watching this, y'all could literally just watch this FITCAST and do this workout and you'll be good for the day.
Hell
like, you'll be set. This helped with legs, it's helped with mobility, helped with upper body strength, core strength, and then it also touched on mechanics as well, which is big key when it comes to lifting weights and getting into the gym. Because you can get in the gym and lift the heaviest weight, but with the proper mechanics, your muscles are not going to grow. And even if they do, you're going to have muscular imbalances in a lot of places, and it's going to be bad for you in the long run, just to keep it simple. So
for real.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you,
Marcus. I appreciate you, bro. This was dope. Let's do it again.
We're gonna do a lot more workouts, a lot more content.
Yes, sir.
Y'all already know where to find me, man. Naughty Fitness is the business page, Mr. Naughty Fitness, is the personal page. That's KNOTTY Fitness. And then you can reach my boy at all of his social media handles.
Yeah, reach me at The Lifted Athlete or Lifted_Athletic. We're out there promoting fitness, kettlebell training, personal training, cannabis advocate stuff as well. But at the end of the day, show us some love, shoot us a follow, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.